Hello and welcome to another episode of MOPO, where we discuss matters of personal opinion. You can find us on Twitter at It's All MOPO. Also, I'm Rob, here with Dave. You can find us on Twitter at The Scientist and at DaveRoach83. Today we're going to be doing Preacher Episode 6, Season 1. Kind of tired, so sorry if it sounds like there's a bit sluggishness. But yeah, so we pick right back up where we left off, where the Angels and Jesse are in the diner.
I like how they're kind of doing that. Like it's almost like if you were to watch the DVD, like, and they had an option where, you know, you didn't have to watch, like, all the credits in between.
As episodes, but as just one full stream.
Yeah, like, you could probably watch it straight through and not even, you know.
Yeah, it wouldn't even have a noticeable break.
Right. So I do like that. It is pretty cool because, like you said, they pick up in the diner with the Angels talking to Jesse.
Yeah, they're basically telling them the story behind, well, not the whole story, but just mainly what's going on with Genesis, how, you know, it's an abomination, it's basically blasphemous, though they don't really get into the whole consequences of that right away. But specifically having to do with, you know, an angel and a demon came together and basically fornicated, which was a sin, which
Right.
is a sin, and then on top of that had this bastard child, which is, you know, the Word of God as we've been calling it, but, you know, they say, you know, they let us know it's Genesis, which we also know because we read the books.
Right. If anybody read the comics, you know that this thing is Genesis because on page 1 of the comic, from the very beginning, they tell you all this.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, this kid is born, and like, if you guys aren't Christian and you don't know Christian lore, and even like Christians today, they'll be like, "What you talking about?" If you're not married, you're not supposed to have sex. So this obvious angel and demon relationship, they're not married. It's not because it's not like a race thing. It's not like, you know, like, don't marry black and white, and, you know, so it just They weren't married.
Well, no, it's also because it's an angel and a demon, and they were never supposed to come together.
Yeah, but I think, honestly, if they went in front of God, and they were like, angel and demon, we really love each other, can you see it in your heart to you know, bless this?
I don't think...
I don't know, man.
I don't think it would have.
But no,
I don't think it would have.
They went ahead and just fornicated.
This is totally a race thing.
I'm trying to help it out.
But I mean, it's not even like black and white. It's like it's angel and demon. Like they're at war. Like that's like a Jewish person having sex with a Nazi in like the back closet.
Right, it's like Romeo and Juliet kind of deal.
Yeah. That's a better way than my disturbing, depressing comparison.
We met in the showers.
Oh shit. I had a better immune system than everybody.
He pulled me out to the line.
Oh shit! Yeah, he was like, "Your pretty mouth just saved you."
You have a pretty mouth.
But like, even with that, you know, they're like, "Yeah, so you got to give it back." And Jesse's like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that."
Well,
like,
yeah, because it's funny because like they are talking about it, but the whole time I think Jesse, like, he's just like trying to get information from these guys, and he's not giving up this power.
Oh
right?
yeah. But before they can even finish that conversation, we see this lady walk out of the diner, and the Angels take notice, and they say something like, "Phone," you know, and then they just walk out, and they confront the lady, and then the tall one is like, "You got a phone in there!" And then they just beat the living shit out of this lady in the street.
They start stomping this lady right against the car, like, really digging into this lady nice, too. Like, I mean,
yeah, and Preacher's like, "What the fuck?"
you're gonna jump a chick. I mean, that's how you do it. You elbow on her teeth and go on the ground and start stomping her. You got cowboy boots on.
Yeah, right. And Jesse's running out there thinking it's some poor helpless lady. Like, you guys call yourself angels and you're out here stomping, women. And she just turns around and grips him up by the throat, and then grips the other angel up by the throat. Like, just starts like Terminator him.
Undertaker.
Oh yeah,
style, like WWE
double tombstone,
double choke slam, but she didn't do all that. But because the man came up, and popped her in the head.
Just shot her right in the face, and he's just like, Jesse is out of his mind.
Blood splattered on Jesse's face, and the
other angel.
Their names escape me, but
I can't remember their names. So, I mean, like, it's not like they mention the names very often. It's like you heard the name once, and it's like, oh, I'm supposed to remember that.
Delacroix or something like BS like that. But
remembering that.
Yeah, they pop chick right in the head, and we don't know what's going on at this moment. Winds up, this chick is like one of the like lead angels at the First Order.
Yeah,
of
the
angel.
Seraphim.
Yeah, they call them Seraphim,
and this lady just snaps back to life. Like, you see a beam of light inside the diner, and she just comes right back out. And, like, they grab... before that happens, though, they grab the phone, and they dump the body into the car of the Seraphim. But then they're like, oh, our keys and whatnot. So they grab... They're like, preacher, you gotta get us out of here. But he's still all... No, you killed somebody. But then as soon as he sees the woman walk out of the diner again, he's like, oh, damn, like what the hell's going on?
That's what they kind of explain. Like, they're trying to get away from this chick. Like, she basically comes to get them.
Yeah, she's after the angels, because when they take the phone, there's like a wanted flyer for the two angels that are now rogue. Because nobody knows why they're on Earth. They just know that they're on Earth, and they shouldn't be there.
I gotta assume they know that Genesis broke out.
They still keep talking about how it's like they can't let anybody find out that Genesis is out, because then others would want to come.
At that point, but
I think this is just like a bounty hunter right now.
Oh, okay.
Just like she just wants, to get on the good graces of God, man. Maybe she's like, let me down on Earth for a little free time, and not on like this mission shit.
True, I didn't think of it like that.
But yeah, so Preacher and the angels make their escape back to the motel and destroy the phone. But like almost immediately, that Seraphim angel comes right back and knocks on the door, and the tall one's like, "Oh, maybe it's the pizza." Blast! Gunshot to the face. Like, do you remember ordering a pizza? Like,
right.
But so then this crazy fight ensues. The angels keep telling Preacher, "Stop killing her. You have to subdue her. She'll just keep coming back."
They have to figure out a way that they can just subdue this chick without actually killing her, so she doesn't, keep coming back.
Yeah, and just like bodies she's murdering the shit out of those angels.
She's not making this any easy for them. Like. And it's like almost slapstick at some point.
It does have a very comedic feel. Like, what are we watching right now? Like, this is absurd.
I think it's, the only person who's in any real danger is Jesse.
Oh, yeah. And which, amazingly, he manages to make it through the entire fight. Meanwhile, there's Seraphim body doubles everywhere. There's angel body doubles everywhere. Like, they are all getting murdered on a regular basis, and somehow Jesse's just got, like, a couple cuts and bruises.
The one angel takes an initial shot to the gut where his guts are just laying all over the ground.
Oh yeah, the other one's like, are you dying? And he's like, no. Boom! Beams him with a hammer.
Crushes his skull.
And he just pops right back out of the closet.
Yeah, that was kind of quick though. All the other ones, it's just like they're doing that shit out of convenience.
Well, yeah, and they did say it was like sometimes it's right away, sometimes it's like a lot longer, sometimes it's like where you just were, sometimes it's far away.
Yeah, like, I don't know. They need to have a little bit more rhyme or reason.
Yeah, but then like right as they're finally, like they're on top of a pile of bodies, and all three of them finally got this lady down, and they're like restraining her, and then in walks Cassidy and just blows her right away into like just point blank to the head. Wow! And he's like, "Oh, it's a good thing I showed up." And they're all looking at him like, "You asshole!" And then it's just like the fight starts all over again, except now Cassidy's involved.
Cassie in it too.
Oh man! And they finally get her subdued. And the one angel walks out of the bathroom, and Cassidy's like, "Oh my God, what did you do?" And she's like, "Oh, I what does he said? He said he disarticulated her." So it's like that. He broke every single bone in her body.
Yeah, but they did a little bit more than that.
But he did it with a chainsaw, so I'm like, how is this girl not bleeding out?
You're going to see what actually happened to her later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like he did some...
Because, I mean, she's got to still be alive.
Yeah, well...
So she don't die.
I'll ruin it, or whatever. Like,
No spoilers!
He got her in a bathtub of ice with nubs. He cut off her arms up to her elbow and her legs up, down to her knees. So she's sitting there nubby in the bathtub full of ice. They cauterized the...
Oh, they did because they had the
got
iron
all
and
wrapped
stuff.
up and,
right.
like, they definitely took care
they kind
of
of did her like Mama Nucci in the Punisher comics.
Yeah, like, they just did her real dirty, or whatever, and they're just basically keeping her alive, and, by the most basic of means, or whatever. And she's sitting there, like...
probably trying to wiggle her way away.
Probably still trying to kill these motherfuckers.
Probably all like weighed down by the pile of ice on top of her.
If we didn't like tell you guys, this chick's a tough chick too. Like she's not like
she's not
a pushover. Not easily killing this chick or whatever. Like
she picked two grown men up by the neck and like
she's like
she was easily tossing these guys around.
Like a Sonya Blade on roids or something like. So for them to do that to her, it's pretty grimy. But same time, she's not getting out of that.
Oh yeah, not at all.
You tie her up, she could break the ropes.
So they like start cleaning up and everything, and then they go back to talking about Jesse needs to give Genesis up. And he's just like, you know what? I don't gotta listen to you. If I'm not really supposed to have it, let God take it from me. And that's something they haven't touched on yet, which like we know because we read the comics. But I don't. Well, he watched the rest of the series. I haven't seen anything past this episode, so I don't know if they actually mention it or not. But we might touch on that a little bit later because they talk a lot about like this episode seems to revolve heavily around Jesse not willing to give up Genesis. Like that is the main point of this episode, and how he's, which again we'll mention it later on, but like he is almost I'm trying to think of like the best way to describe it. Like that promise he makes to his dad to save the town is weighing real heavily on him. Like he's Atlas right now. And he's got all that weight on his shoulders.
The power's starting to corrupt him, is what it is.
Well, that and the fact that promise was made in such a horrific way. Like, basically, like, his dad being murdered right in front of him. And he's just like, yo, keep my promise, son. Like, so he's struggling with that as just, still the remnants of the young boy he once was. We then go to so the angels start chasing him out as him and Cassidy are leaving, and he uses the word on him. He's like, "Stay away from me." Mm-hmm. And they drive away, and as they drive away, like the one angel looks at the other, and he says like, "There is always that other option," and then the other one's like, "No," and then that's all they say, and it's just like, well, if the two options we know about are sing to it and have it come out, or kill them and have it come out. What the hell is this other option that they're not talking about? You know what I mean? Because I don't think they would just generally mention it if it was just killing them again. They would just be like, oh, well, I guess we got to get the chainsaw. They make some sort of joke about it like that.
Well, maybe at this point they know that they can't do it on their own, so they got to try to get some help.
Well, that's what I mean. So I'm curious as to what they mean. Oh, snap, dog. Because this is where the saying the killers comes in. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so I
was going to leave that out there or whatever,
spoilers!
But yeah, man. And that boy here, I mean...
Yeah, that's true. I totally forgot about it. Like, I saw it last episode, but it didn't register, yeah. But all right, so that's the other option. So I'm glad I mentioned that because it was so nonchalant and like off to the side. It was just like, was there a point to that or not? You know, we'll probably see it in like 3 episodes from now. But from there, it's like Tulip breaks into Emily's house, and
but she's already there.
She's already there, yeah. And like Emily comes in with her kid and like sets her up, and the kid goes upstairs, and then she's just like confronts her.
After my man or something like that.
Stay the fuck away from my boyfriend, and then like throws this ceramic thing against the wall, and it smashes into a bunch of pieces, and then she just kind of like storms out. But then like after Emily sweeps it up and like throws it in the trash, she looks out the window, and it's like Tulip's sitting in the car out front of their house still. So she goes out, she's like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And Tulip's like, "Mind your own damn business. I'm just sitting in my car." Kind of like how you always say when it's like, "I'm just sitting on my fucking porch."
Right.
Fuck you want. Yeah, so she's just sitting in her car. And Emily's like, "You can't just fucking like break shit and then like you're just sitting out here, like that's ballsy."
Yeah.
So she's like, whatever, goes inside, and then Tulip follows her back into the house, but she's all remorseful. She's like, "Yo, I'll fix that thing."
Because it was a little kid's thing. The little kid is like working on it.
Yeah.
And Tulip goes in there and smashes it.
Boom. Like it wasn't even the ladies, it was the kids.
Right. And it's like, this ain't even mine. Like, so, and Tulip does go in there and fix, because you see, like, Tulip is somebody who's going to do what she has to do, but she's not like an evil person. She has her own like feelings about justice are and what her own code of morals. But she does follow some morals. Like,
oh yeah, like she's just currently driven towards a specific goal, and she's not letting anything get in her way.
Right, like I said, she's gonna do what she has to do.
Yeah.
But you see this lady, like she definitely has like a soft spot for kids.
Well, yeah, because like as they're bonding over like fixing the toy and all that, Emily's expressing the fact that she's stressed out. She's got all this stuff to do with the church. She's got to take care of her daughter, and Tulip jumps at it. She's like, "Yo, I'll watch your girl." She seems real eager and really like excited too, but like excited as much as she's going to show she's excited. And Emily's like, "Yeah, I don't.
Maybe at this point,
not." It's like, "Have you ever held a kid?" And she's like, "Yeah, I had a kid of my own." And then it's all like, "Oh, sorry," like I guess the kid died or something.
Well, they already got into that where she did lose a baby.
Well, yeah, but not with Emily.
Yeah,
not with Emily.
Oh yeah, Emily. At this point,
so Emily's just now finding this out, and like Tulip knows Emily's not going to come around, so she's just like, "All right, well, I'll help with the church stuff." And Emily right away is like, "Oh yeah, do that." And gives her this big long fucking list, like, "Stay the fuck away from my kid, but yeah, you can get all this stuff together." So she ends up helping with the church stuff, and then we kind of like very quickly jump to. I kind of jumped ahead, but because I wanted to just get that out of the way, because it all kind of more or less happened at the same time, but. Like, the mayor keeps getting phone calls from the office.
Oh, yeah, because like an episode or two ago,
Quinn Cannon just kills everybody.
Jacks these people.
Just assault shotgun.
You ain't coming into my town and taking my money or whatever. Like, whatever his ultimate...
yeah, we're still not sure what's going on with
honestly,
him.
I don't think we ever know. We'll know. I don't think we'll ever know the real, absolute... 100% reason he just kept them people like that.
Because there is definitely something bigger going on in his head.
He's insane.
Yeah, he's out of his mind.
The man is truly insane.
Like, the fact that if this is him serving God, like, he was much better off being the asshole he was.
and
so it's like they just keep calling, like, yeah, they were supposed to be back like a week ago. Like, was it that long? I feel like it was a while, and he's just like, he's just banging on him. And then that's kind of where we leave him for a little bit, and then it goes back to like Cassidy and Preacher. They're doing laundry, and so now Cassidy's asking Preacher, like, what's going on with this? Like, do you think you should be having this?
Even crazy as Cassidy at this
thinks
point,
Jesse should be giving it up.
Like, yeah, Jesse, maybe you're just a little bit out of control. Like, I know I smoke insulation and whatnot. But this is a little bit crazy here.
Yeah, and then he's like, well, what are you going to do with the word then if you're keeping it? He's just like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep preaching.
Save people.
Yeah, he's gonna save people. And he tells him, he's like, I don't have to listen to anybody but God. Bringing that up again, which I guess mention it now because I don't think that he really mentions the whole I'm not listening to anybody but God again. But as far as the comic is concerned, God doesn't exist right now.
Well, he's missing.
Well, he's missing, but the whole thing is, it's like the union between the angel and the demon was never supposed to happen because God decreed it. And the fact that it happened, and then on top of it gave birth to Genesis, that basically negated God's existence because God is infallible type thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say negated his existence, but it makes him hey, maybe I'm not so perfect.
Because the throne goes empty, the throne is vacant as of this point, and that's why we've made subtle mention, but it means more to us. When people are talking to Preacher and they make mention of it just seems like God isn't around anymore, God doesn't seem to answer my prayers anymore. From
the beginning, the guy who ripped out his heart for his mama, God's not. I don't feel like he's answering me. Eugene, Preacher, God's not talking back to me anymore.
Yeah, which is kind of wait a second, he was talking to you in the first place?
Well, maybe somebody special like that or whatever.
But even still, it's people are making this observation. And it's just kind of and I mean you might be right, maybe he is just missing, but that's how I interpreted it when I was reading the comic, because I was kind of brought it back to kind of the movie Dogma logic, where this isn't supposed to happen, the angel isn't supposed to be cleansed, right, and walk through the church, because if he did, it would negate God's plan, and then God would then no longer exist type thing, is how they were explaining it in that movie. Props to Kevin Smith. Right. So that's kind of the logic I was using it with the information they were giving me in the comic. But all that aside, he could just be on he could have just kind of got all depressed and was like, man, people aren't doing what I told them to do, and just kind of took a long walk into the woods, find himself.
I think God, in this world, in this story, needed a vacation.
Yeah.
His daughter just hooked up with a demon.
Well, his daughter, quote unquote, I don't know.
Mixed race baby.
He was just like, I can't handle this shit anymore. Reality is too brutal.
Right now, in 2016.
Yeah, so he went to take a vacation. He went to go play some skee ball. Oh, Dogma, Kevin Smith again.
Right. And the Dogma did it.
Dogma did it. Yeah. So even Cassidy thinks Preacher shouldn't really have it, and you can see it not quite just yet, but he's getting a little annoyed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just no, this is my thing, but regardless. And speaking of Eugene, we start seeing, this group of kids. It's three of them. One of them being the son of the woman that Preacher makes forgive Eugene.
Okay. Right.
Him and his two buddies start oh, Eugene, can we sit here at the lunch table with you? Nobody sits at the lunch table with this kid. And all of a sudden it's yeah, man, do you want to come hang out with us after school? And he's real skeptical, but at the same time he's all right, I'm open to this. Let's see what happens. And they're yeah, let's go over here. And they cut through this fence and they start walking down towards this really ominous, dark drainage tunnel. And Eugene's yo, at least I'm thinking they're gonna murder this kid.
Oh yeah, the whole time
they're gonna murder him. Just leave him in the tunnel.
My mama forgave you, but I didn't forgive you.
Right? It's yeah, my mama might be thinking something, but I'm thinking something else.
Mm-hmm.
And they go in, and it ends up they just wanted to set off fireworks and just share that moment with Eugene. And Eugene's it's so beautiful, blah. And he looks like he is completely satisfied, he enjoys what's happening, but then it ends up being something completely different.
I honestly didn't take it that way.
Even
when he was in that sewer grate with them,
and he was it's beautiful.
And he said, yeah, it's beautiful, but he knows he doesn't belong there with them.
Okay, so then maybe that's where the thought where it's like, I don't deserve this, came into effect. Which will, like, a few things happen, and then we'll go back to that, because that's almost like the end where that whole situation resolves. But, yeah, it's like we're back at the church with Preacher, and he's setting up for this giant congregation. Like, he's expecting like tons of people. Like, he's got chairs outside, a loudspeaker PA system set up. Like, I mean, everything but, plastering projecting a video of him doing the sermon on the side wall. Which
they do that.
Oh, they do that? Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry. They got loudspeakers.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, like, that's in the next episode, but that'd be funny as hell. And he asks Preacher for advice. He's like, yeah, like, what do you do, like, when you're confronted with evil and, you have to do something that's evil to, like, correct it and blah, blah, blah. Like, really weird. Like almost like he can't live with the fact that these people died. I'm thinking he's going to kill himself. And I'm like, yo, if you're going to kill yourself, you better be taking Quentin Kincannon out with you.
Right.
Like, do that, like, assisted murder-suicide type deal, like, you can't live without me, even though the mayor's got like no ties to Quentin Cannon at all. But yeah, so it's like, and he's just sitting here like, you just gotta listen to the voice of God in your head. And he's like, well, how do I know it's not just me? And he's like, well, you gotta know. It should be obvious. And he's like, I don't know. A lot of times they sound like the same voice. And Preacher's like, well, either you and God are saying the same thing, or you ain't hearing God at all. And right then, it's like he kind of gets distracted because here comes Tulip with all this stuff, like this like 8 case of wine and all of this big box of brochures and stuff. And he's like, "What you doing?" She's like, "I got your shit.
I'm helping."
Yeah, and he's like, "My shit? Who asked you?" And she just walks right in. He starts following her, but like she runs almost right into Cassidy, and Cassidy's like, "Oh, hey girl, what's up? Like, I love the fact that I'm seeing you again." And she's like, what are you doing here? She's like, I work here. This is my buddy's place. He's the preacher. And she's like, oh,
my boyfriend's job.
Yeah, she's like, damn. And they both realize they fucked up. And which is kind of weird because what happens next is Preacher walks in and Tulip kind of pushes Cassidy to the side so Preacher doesn't see Cassidy. So it's like, why did she let him fuck her in the first place? Because it's like, well, I'm never going to get a chance to fuck a vampire again.
Probably a little bit of that.
Because clearly it's not to make him jealous. Either the idea to make him jealous fell through the floor when she realized it was his friend. Right. She's like, I'm not trying to start drama like that. It's like, if I was going to tell him he's going to beat the shit out of you, and then we go walk off into the sunset,
and he loves me again. At this point in her character arc, I think she just wants to be good, and she just wants to help and show
she's a team player.
Yeah, that she can be good too, and but still got that in the back of her mind. We got to go get Carlos, but maybe I don't have to be such a bitch to everybody while I'm doing it.
Yeah, because I guess like talking to Emily kind of got her straight a little bit, and as they Tulip and Jesse walk out and leave Cassidy in the storage closet. And he looks so sad. Like, I felt for him. He was just like, damn, I thought this girl was the love of my life. Like, I finally, after centuries, found this girl. Like he was already mission accomplished. Put that box mark check, And and he just, his heart got ripped out. But yeah, they just kind of leave him like that. And it talks about how, Emily starts showing concern with the fact of the way Preacher is moving forward, with the way Jesse is moving forward with all this. Like, she doesn't know about the Word, she doesn't know about Genesis, but she's like, he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. Like, the way he's going about this doesn't feel right. And that's kind of what she was trying to tell him, and he was all like, whatever, I got this. Like, you should just have faith in me. Like, it's messed up that you wouldn't. And she's like, all right, well, whatever, I'll bring Eugene in. And Eugene walks in and starts...
He's like, I don't want to see Eugene.
Yeah,
and
he's like,
no. I'll let Eugene in then.
Yeah.
All right, you want to diss me like that? Talk to me like that? All right, you go, Eugene.
And I'm sure that, like, boiled
And
preaches blood up a little bit more.
This is like a build-up of everybody trying to tell him what to do.
Oh man, and it all culminates right here, like a volcano.
And then Eugene started telling him what to do. Try and be like, "Oh, preacher, you're right." Like,
well, before that, he's like, "Yo, take it back. Like, I don't want to be forgived." Like it starts off like kind of tame. Like he's being selfless. He's like, I don't want to be forgiven. The preacher's like, no, I did you a favor.
Yeah, like, I'm grateful. Like,
yeah, it's like, what do you mean? Like, I do for you, and then you're gonna like come back at me like I didn't do the right thing. Like, how dare you? And Eugene's like, I don't think God would like it. I don't think I deserve to be forgiven. Like, I did some fucked up shit. God doesn't want this.
No, I don't think he feels like God doesn't want that, but he doesn't.
Well, no, he says it. He literally says it.
What he's feeling is he doesn't think Jesse should be forcing these people.
Well, no. That's what he says afterwards when Jesse kind of shrugs off the fact that he says it's not something God would want, and he's like, "Well, no, I'm here to save these people and all." And then Eugene's like, "Well, you can't make them see the light." And Jesse's like, "Yeah," he's like, you obviously don't know." And he's just getting so mad at Eugene, like pissed to the point where
and Eugene goes a little bit far.
Yeah, because he screams, like Jesse screams, like, "I'm gonna save the whole damn town!" Like he just yells that shit.
Right, you're making them, you're not saving them.
And
Eugene does have a point, but sometimes people do gotta be like told the right way or whatever, especially some of these backwards hicks in this town.
Yeah, and like that's kind of what I was talking about.
A little bit of Jesus probably won't hurt a couple of people.
Oh yeah, well they need to find more than Jesus, but yeah. So I mean, that's the part where I thought when he's like, he mentions how he's going to keep his promise, and right before he screams out he's going to save the whole damn town. That's why I'm like, this promise he made to his dad is really starting to fester inside of him.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And then coupled with the fact that now he actually has the power to save these people, he's like on a hell-bent mission. Like, speaking of hell.
So Eugene says you understand. He's like, Eugene, go to hell.
Like go to hell.
He's that extra Batman. Using the metal mask, like when he talks that voice.
Yeah, that voice just projects, and you hear like this rip sound, and then all this weird like and like really messed up stuff, and then it just like shrinks back together, and he turns around, and like you don't see this because it's happening right behind him.
Because Jesse is like on his back to Eugene, and basically Eugene gets sucked down into hell right then and there,
right on the spot,
and Jesse turns around, and we gotta mention that he's like probably a little bit tipsy too at this point. Like I believe he's still drunk. He's been drinking either all day or from the night before or whatever, and he's like got this power hungry. So he thinks what I think is he thinks this kid ran off. He told him to go to hell, and Eugene ran off crying or whatever.
Yeah, but dude, what's this guy all of a sudden run track? Like that wasn't like 3 seconds.
Yeah. There's no way Jesse believes right then and there at that point, I said this kid is actually in hell. Like,
well, I mean, we're going to get into something with the next episode because, there's a bit of a witness.
Yeah. They weren't the only ones in the pupil.
In the church, in the congregation area. But yeah, they kind of just cut. Like he turns around, sees Eugene is gone, and then it's just like bam, and it just goes to the mayor. He's on like the side of a dirt desert road. There's cops everywhere. There's like this burnt to a crisp car. Looks like it was upside down and smashed or something, and he's on the phone with that office.
Telling those Greenwater people.
Yeah, like, oh, I got some bad news for you. Like and in the worst so not believing it way, trying to explain like, oh, my bad, like, my battery's been acting up, and I just haven't been able to get on long enough to, call y'all back, and I didn't see that I had the missed calls, and they're like, yo, dude, we called you 30 fucking times, and he's like, yeah, I know, it was a lot, that's my fault, though, I got my phone working now, though, that's kind of why I'm calling, though, like, the police were going to handle this, but I told them I wanted to do it personally, because I figured I owed you this, and your people are dead.
Hey, by the way, all your people died.
Your people done. And I'm like, yo, this dude clearly set this up to save his own ass because he's too damn scared of King Cannon. But my thing is, who the hell else is in on this? Because there's no way he got that car out there by himself.
King Cannon has all the money and all the power. He can buy and sell anybody.
So do you think he went to King Cannon to get help to set up this?
No, King Cannon did it all himself.
So you think King Cannon did it all himself? So the advice that he was looking to Preacher for hasn't yet come into effect.
Well, I think he was. Should I tell him King Cannon, or should I just help him cover it up?
Okay. See, I was thinking that he was like, should I cover it up, or like kill myself, or like kill King Cannon? That's the mind thought I was going on. So when the cover up happened, I'm like, yo, he did this. But I guess it makes more sense that King Cannon did it because he's the one with, like you said, all the money, power, and influence, and he's just there as the face.
Yeah, he's the dude who killed these people. He better clean it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's crazy enough to where he'd be like, yo, that's your job. You're the mayor. Like, you're my dog. Like, he just seems to think everybody works for him, which, I mean, essentially they do. But, yeah, it's some dirty shit. And that's kind of like where they leave off. They just kind of like stop the episode right there. So I'm not sure where we're going to pick up at the beginning of the next episode. I assume, because I know I said I hadn't seen anything past this episode, but now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember seeing the next episode. I think that was the last one I saw. Because I remember, oh shit, am I about to spoil something?
Spoilers.
Yo, Cassidy is that witness.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure the episode starts off with them like panning up from Jesse, turning around, seeing Eugene is gone, and then just casually walking out.
We do see Eugene get taken down.
You think you do see that?
Yeah, we do. And we see it as Cassidy seeing it.
Then I missed that the first time I saw it because I didn't think you got to see it at all. I thought you just kind of saw the look on Cassidy's face as it all took place. But I mean, it's been a little bit since I've seen this, and I stopped watching the series once we started doing these episodes, these podcasts, because I was like,
yeah,
I just want to be on it. And then this way, when we get to those episodes, it'll be brand new, and I'll be like, oh my god, and I'll start geeking out, and y'all make fun of me, or just be like, geeking out too, because you're like, I remember that. It was a while ago when I watched it, because these podcasts are mad fucking late. But, yeah, we're going to end it there. Tell us what you think. Like, what did you think about that fight between the Angels, Jesse, and Cassidy? Because, honestly, that was, like you said, man, so slapsticky. It was so funny. Like, so random, too, it felt like. Like, that's not where the direction I thought it was going to go. But yeah, leave comments, like, share, subscribe as usual.
Yeah, remember, it's all MOPO.
It's all a matter of personal opinion.
We'd love to hear yours.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's other aspects of this series that you're focusing on. Maybe there's something that you're really excited to see.
We haven't really touched too much on, like, the whole Christianity aspect and the whole, like, religion type aspect of this show, too. That's pretty deep. We could do whole videos on that for each episode too, so we don't dig too deep into some things. So let us know if maybe we're not
yeah, maybe you'd like us to delve deeper into certain aspects you want to hear us talk about, or give our opinion about the theistic aspect of the show, or maybe you want us to talk more about our projections or predictions as to where we think this is all going. I mean, as we get to the last finale, we'll be able to make more of an more of an opinion on
Oh
it.
yeah. Well,
I think that's probably going to be a longer episode too.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
we're going to really dig into
what maybe could be happening.
It's just all going to be speculation.
Absolutely. So, yeah, thanks again for listening. Join us next time.